deep in the Umpqua National Forest. In a sun-splashed tributary of the upper Umpqua River system, a symphony of rushing water serenades visitors and the temporary residents of Steamboat Creek. We're standing at what is called the Big Bend Pool, which is part of the Steamboat Creek in the North Umpqua River system. And behind us, as you can see, there are hundreds of steelhead congregating here. They're waiting in this cool pool because there is cool water for them, but they will eventually journey on upriver and spawn. Hundreds of summer steelhead sitting still in plain sight. It's almost too good to be true for fishing enthusiasts, and that's why Lee Spencer is here. From early May to early December, you'll find Lee by the side of the creek, waiting, watching, protecting.
If there weren't the Lee Spencers of the world who are willing to give their time watching over these fish for protection, what would happen to the fish in this pool?
Well, they might be poached.
Historically, the Big Bend Pool was also known as the Dynamite Hole, because that's what poachers would use to kill hundreds of steelhead in a matter of seconds. For that reason, Steamboat Creek has been off limits to fishing and mining in an effort to keep the waters healthy for the summer steelhead.
These are summer steelhead. They leave the ocean with 25% more fat in their system. They leave the ocean in May and June. They spawn in February and March, and they do not feed other than perhaps very incidentally during that 10-month period.
There are signs everywhere, both official and not so official. But many years ago, the North Umpqua Foundation realized having a person stand watch was the only way to guarantee the steelhead's safety. So 18 years ago, Lee took the job and has been here 7 months a year ever since.
Why do you do it?
I would have to say that I believe that it is primarily something that feels right, and it's clearly necessary. The pool holds hundreds of steelhead, and that is simply too much for some people to handle. And there needs to be a person here all the time.
Protecting the fish.
Protecting the fish.
Have you encountered poachers in your time?
I have not had face-to-face time with poachers.
But there has been poaching in other parts of the creek, evidence that Lee's presence keeps the fish at Big Bend Pool safe. Efforts are underway to provide further protection for the creek and its fish. Legislation has been introduced in Congress and the Senate to designate more than 100,000 acres of the basin as the Frank Moore Wild Steelhead Sanctuary, named after the man who, along with his wife Jeannie, once owned the nearby Steamboat Inn and helped establish the Fishwatch program, a program that will live on long after Lee has walked away from the pool.
What do you think this place will look like 100 years from now?
I would expect that the forests around here would have recovered from the heyday of industrial clear-cut logging, and the overall temperature of the streams and the river would be cooler, and that there are no human beings anywhere on Earth.
Good luck on that, huh?
Yeah. I don't know how realistic that is, and that is kind of tongue-in-cheek, but human beings seem to have to work to be at their best when it comes to other ecologies and other species of animals.